Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you all back to the Circus Electrique, and it's time for our Christmas specials. Aha! So, what are we going to do this time? Well, as we have discovered, there is another acrobatic right there. Now, we could go for another acrobatic. We could. But there is one of these shell games over here. And that could lead to a different pub with a different class and all of those niceties. So I think we're going to go down that way, because we already know what the, acrobatic can do. And frankly, the only other abilities that the other acrobatic could get aren't really that good. So I'm good with this one, and we're going to see what we can find ahead. But, first of all, we need to set up a show. And what kind of show are we going to set up is the great question. Well, we need to figure out something. And it's actually nice, because we have a lot of synergy with this team as well. So, we're going to do what we obviously need to do, and spam out the money. Because, dear God, do we need the money. There we go, that seems good. 500 experience for the lot of them, maximum money, and a bit of circus fame. Not the most circus fame, but enough to get by.
Have I got a story to tell you?
Marvelous. Now then, let's see what we're going to find out in our interview next then, shall we?
Dr. Craig, I seek another session.
Oh?
You're not going
Dr.
to try
Craig.
again, are you?
It's about Eli. I'm starting to remember a few things.
Oh?
You could have just said no.
Not your favorite person now, I know. Yet there was a very brief stint of time where he was mine. When he was my boss.
Oh? Assistant to Barnum's assistant, yes, I recall.
Assistant to Barnum's assistant. Yes, I recall.
I looked up to Eli, and he took me under his wing. We were good friends.
That's certainly something I've never heard from either of you. But your friendship dissolved once Barnum started to show he preferred you over Eli, right?
I was too young and enamored with pleasing Barnum to see it as preferential treatment, but it was.
What do you suppose was going through Eli's head, knowing Barnum preferred you?
That is a good question.
Yes, I've actually been thinking about that a lot lately. In Eli's shoes, I do believe I'd harbor some degree of resentment toward my assistant.
Oh?
Maybe I'd even hate that I did, but I would. Now imagine that seething resentment festering. Slowly, mind you, but still festering. For a couple of decades. Eli must have felt so frustrated in his situation. Trapped. The circus was all he knew. Too proud to voice what he felt to me, while I was too self-absorbed to ever notice anything wrong.
Yeah, that describes you in a nutshell, Randy. Huh, I can't believe how successful he became so quickly.
I can't believe how successful he became so quickly.
Yes, that is quite interesting,
If the
isn't it?
circus was all he knew and all he was comfortable with, he really would have needed some help transitioning to something new. Especially knowing that Steem was established not even 1 year after the circus folded.
In his shoes, I just may have been desperate enough to succeed to do whatever this help asked of me.
Huh.
Like claim credit for the work of someone who wishes to remain unknown. This is all starting to make a disturbing amount of sense.
All thanks to your bringing out the new, less self-centered me.
Sometimes you can bask in your newfound empathy to figure out his employer, and why they'd want to remain so secretive.
Not at all.
Worth a try.
Oh, good lord, you guys. Good lord. Well, there's one main downside going for this way instead of this way, and that's the lack of circus enthusiasts. But you know what? We're still going to do it none the same. So, Aelin, get back in the team. Nivea was very useful for, you know, completing the workshop brawlers. It got me straight to the end. It's very nice. Ah, glorious, glorious. It's good to be back. So, First things first. We murder a doctor. Because I don't want to deal with that. Ooh, you get reflect.
The healing power of laughter.
Reflect 25% of all incoming damage. Interesting.
Just a little squirrel.
Right. Another one gone. And then that'll just kill them. Yes, do stupid little insignificant abilities like that. Yes, you still do an insignificant little ability like that. We're just going to show off and show you we don't care. Because guess what? Look to the skies! Marvelous. Oh, and we got some food from this. Marvelous, marvelous, and wires as well.
Extra, extra! The strangest ringmaster interview so far! Read all about it!
This sounds interesting because of the fact we know the newspaper has now been rigged. Randolph Matters admits he is behind the maddening, probably. The 7th and final installment of the Voices interview series with Randolph G. Masters concludes with Masters finally making a fairly shocking revelation. I am a truly awful, terrible man, Masters admitted before we were able to ask any questions. In addition to killing my sister, I am indirectly or possibly even directly responsible for the deaths of countless others. So distraught was Masters that he refused to elaborate. Our final interview was short but very revealing. Could he have been talking about the maddening? Is he accepting the blame for the rampant death on the streets of London? We can only assume the answer is yes. But of course the newspaper is like this at the moment. But with this, Sanjay and Hamilton have leveled up. And it doesn't look like there's a downside to leveling them up to level 8. Boom! There we go. It's the same cost, it's the same food cost at least. Unlike level 6 to level 7. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of food they have to eat. But we have enough food to last about 3 days. 4, 5, 6 days. So we should be good. So, what are we gonna find here in the street vendor?
Let's see what he has this time.
A lunchbox! Yes! And you know what? I'll take the mini robot too. So, now that we have a lunchbox, we can find one of the actors. Kate, you can have one. To further reduce our food cost. To be fair, that's one of the reasons I should probably go to the Monarch's Mechanique to get the other lunchbox. But we'll do that another time, because we have a story to get on with. I can't even remember if we get whatchamacallit for this. There we go. I got the maximum amount of plates. We are marvelous people. And we don't get circus experience for that. I wasn't sure. Damn, that was a waste of food. Time for a shocking revelation! As we continue to fight on. Kaplunk. Goodbye.
I believe this is
25%! I mean, I understand the effects are doubled right, or 25% more effective right now, but fucking still. Kill. I said kill. No food this time. We're really playing this by ear with our food. Harry Houdini challenges Eugene the Magnificent to a magic-off once this is all over. Oh god, everyone is bored right now. Well, I've got various things ahead of me before I even have to worry about the people who are bored, so let's just focus on playing the game. Perfect 10s all the way round. And I can get a book for XP. Yes, please, I'll take a book. I'm just gonna have to accept 2 of them are bored for a day. Because I can't risk putting people in for the rest tent because of food. What do we find in this? Circus fame, some paper, and some transformers. Honestly, a load of nothing. Oh, you are so close. That's annoying.
I admit it, Amy.
What do you admit?
I'm glad it's impossible for me to print the paper right now. It being Steem property and all.
Oh, and why is
And
that?
the other part?
The bigger part just wants to get back in there.
Oh.
You have a powerful voice. People need to hear it. Or, read it, I suppose.
We will figure this all out, Aunt Phyllis. Things will get back to normal. And then they'll hear plenty from me.
Yep, I'm sure.
Plenty.
They have been plagiarizing your name, after all. It cost me 18 food to put people in here. Yeah. Yeah. Not doing that. As it is night, I suppose I can use the one of the performers rather than our little fire dancer here instead of the other one. But I should also use Aelin instead of Bender because, you know, the sheer amount of XP that she needs to level up. So let's just go. We're moving on. Hop two, let's go, let's fight. We've got a giant scorpion to go and confront. Ow. I'm surprised you can attack that far back. You die. You still exist, unfortunately. And you stopped her from dying. Peck you.
Someone wants to play.
If I do that, do you die? Yes. Yes, you do. You have an awful lot of devotion, and that concerns me.
They'll come down.
Because it definitely means you are going to burn us. Or chop us. A lot. Screw it, it costs a little devotion, but use that ability. Ooh, lenses. Ooh, food.
What a day for news!
Elsewhere in UK, 13-year-old boy, A.E.J. Collins, achieves highest ever cricket score in Bristol. Circus Electrique amazes all. Have 500 money. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will take that. But now, more importantly, you still can't level up. Okay. You can. But taking you to level 9 will make you cost 6 food. Jesus Christ, people. Jesus Christ. But most importantly, ahead of us is a paper boy, so we will need to make sure we complete that. But first things first, the shell game.
We trust our eyes, we'll win the prize.
Oh, we trust our eyes completely. And we're gonna find ourselves a new tavern, aren't we? Yes? Show me that pub! It's the other fakir. So we gave up the option to get the whatchamacallit for the other fakir. You know what? Screw it. First things first, upgrade you. Nice. Next things next. Grab you, because even if you yourself are useless in combat, you are really good when it comes to the performances. I'm missing one entertainment star with this currently. With this 3-day performance. So, let's just go grab the item we need. I have 2 megaphones. It's time I use them. Or maybe 2 electric lights and 1 megaphone. Either way, it's going to be quite a spectacular performance.
They said
Let's...
it would never happen. They were wrong.
Ooh. Circus Electrique presents Crazy Contraptions. They certainly look crazy, I'll give you that. Now let's go
Who's
to
the
our
best choice
circus
to please the
people.
audience this time?
Goal, happiness 33. Hello, Hamilton. Good to see you. It doesn't matter where we stop. It's all positive, it's all good. Let's just stop
We
on
won.
the jackpot.
But do we think we can do it again?
But of course we can. We can always do it again. What's the goal? Oh, 27 happiness. And the lowest I can get is 30.
We won. But do we think we can do it again?
But of course, I'm a cocky bastard. Ooh, now this one I need to pay attention to. So if I aim just before the green one, we should be good. I was so sure that would land on the -19 then. Either way, marvelous experience for us. Let's go see what this fakir is all about. I'm a man of peace. No, you're not. We know what your gimmick is. Now that one has pretty much the exact same skills. No, actually has the exact same skills as Sanjay. So it'll be interesting to see how this works.
Most would say that hurt.
But Sanjay's better than you. Screw off. I always hate it when you get the extrovert bonus. Because you already
Usually blindfolded
move
for this.
first anyway, so it's not like it matters. Let's just throw some knives in the
Let that
air.
one down. Right.
You give the Hamilton a give the clown a heal. You then taunt again just to maximize your devotion.
That's smart.
And then you just give him a good whack. And thus we should win, right? Glorious. Dipankar. Dipankar. Okay, Dipankar. Do you have the same passive, or do you have a different one? I suppose is going to be the great question of the day.
Story's so
RMS
good.
Oceanic sets sail as the largest vessel on the water. Good for them. So then. Dipankar. Yep, exact same passive. Let's at least... You know what? Oh, that's the reason we hire you, because you're a bloody star character. You're the first legendary we've seen which has a star for your icon. Now the only question is, are you worth it? Because you're basically Sanjay. I mean, you have a second passive, unlike Sanjay, but yours doesn't really do anything, is the main issue.
Usually blindfolded for this.
Alright, so if we use this, we deal 10 damage to ourselves. Our current damage is 27 to 36. So dealing 10 damage to yourself, increase your damage by 2. Man, I'm still tempted to try and kill you a bit more.
Intriguing.
Like, get you on half HP. Really? You're raging on 22%? I suppose you get rage... It looks like you get rage equal to your devotion. Actually, I never realized that bit.
Getting sharper.
Well, you know what? Given your gimmick... 41 to 53. It's actually not a bad amount of damage, that. Hold on, what does it say yours does right now? I'm gonna heal you, even though I probably shouldn't. Actually, I'm gonna heal you. Huh, so the devotion multiplier is affected by their health, because that was 11 to 12 before he got healed by the clown passive. Interesting. More food for us! Marvelous! My daddy went vicious. One child's harrowing experience. Meet the magnificent Arcanus. We then have a goddamn ton of people who are bored. Again.
They said it would never happen. They were wrong.
I can't catch a break. Well, either way, let's go to the paper boy.
Am I feeling generous today?
Oh, definitely. Right. Another fight. Time to move on. I suppose you being on low health to do that, it does actually help with the initial kill. Optimist. That's bad, because that heals you when we're trying to keep you low on health. I think that's the one that heals you at least.
Feels good, don't it? Not.
And no, you don't kill my clown. You screw off. I like this game a lot, but it definitely feels like it has issues with scaling.
Dare.
In that the damage just scales significantly higher than any other stat. To the point of, it's basically a one-shot contest. Also the devotion damage. That suffers from the same problem. Stop it with the defense breaker. Not only because it does too much damage, but because it also damages the devotion. He's on 60%. I have no way to get that back. Screw off!
But where?
This is actually part of the reason why you especially screw on. This is part of the reason why the Fakir's passive is so useless. Because, sure, the idea of the Fakir doing a bunch of damage is hilarious. But they never, ever have the time to do that. Because they're too busy keeping everyone else alive.
Extra, extra! Does Steem truly own the clock tower? Read all about it!
Okay? As if the maddening wasn't bringing out enough crazy people on its own, the London Heritage Society have unleashed a new campaign to relieve Steem of its rightful ownership of London's iconic clock tower, home to Big Ben and other fine oversized bells. The LHS asserts that because the clock tower was constructed as part of Charles Barry's design for a new palace of Westminster, the royal family has the right to reclaim the property for any reason whatsoever. To be clear, the clock tower was sold to Steem by said royal family earlier this decade with no such clause in the contract. The government has used funds from the transaction to greatly enhance London, beyond what Steem and other innovators since the spark have been doing. Besides, what kind of a heritage society has its sights so firmly set on a structure that is less than half a century old? This is the United Kingdom. There are many other buildings of far greater historical importance that go largely ignored. If it doesn't sound biased from that, people are idiots. I gained 700 money from that. Marvelous. I needed that. Right. What do we go for next? If I just make sure that some of the people are always in, like, the Oracle or the Training Hut things won't be so bad. So let's go to the mystery event.
A letter to the Voice said there are suspicious men going door to door in this area, claiming to collect emergency taxes necessary to subdue the vicious.
Okay.
But we know damn well that no one is subduing the vicious but us. And wouldn't you know it, there they are.
We should be collecting a tax for our community services, and we know these miscreants have funds that are much better suited to our cause. We'll offer to perform a private show for them at an exorbitant cost. We should threaten them and force them to return all the shillings they've unlawfully
You made
taken.
the right choice.
What a bunch of cowards. Within minutes, we travelled door to door with them, returning everything. Some of the victims even rewarded us for our efforts. Unnecessary, but we appreciate the aid. Ooh, and Bender levels up from that, and we get food. Marvelous. Dr. Mabry has something to say to us. Mabry, what could you possibly have to say to us?
Dr. Mabry, I could use your help.
Amelia, I'm very busy. Can we make this quick?
Have you any idea on who might be pulling Mr. Edwards' strings?
No.
Well, that's a very abrupt answer.
Thank you for asking me something I could resolve so quickly.
It has to be a scientist, right? Someone capable of great innovation.
Likely. Someone who thrives on anonymity, I'd say. Man cannot stop what he does not know to exist, after all.
That's very fair.
Your irrelevant past has a sort of anonymity. I can't say I know for sure it exists.
Are you saying that... Yes.
What?
Yes, you do have a point there. It's me, Dr. Mabry, leader of Steem.
How ridiculous.
Completely. Now, back to work.
Fair enough. Alright then. Back into another clash. Or it's night. Ah, screw it. Just use the popcorn cannon. It's annoying because the fakir gets healed, but... in the end, the fakir's the same character no matter what, so...
Usually blindfolded for this.
The man. Taunt and reflect.
Healing tower of laughter!
Well, guess what? I can taunt too. Extrovert. Ooh, interesting. I wasn't actually going to have you to attack, but if you became an extrovert, then...
You didn't like that?
There we go. Nice and dead. And now... nice and dead. Glorious. I wonder if there's a way to make other people taunt. Because the fakir's passive might not be so bad if they can taunt. They are fairly tanky. Right. Another one down. We're heading towards the tower. American banker J.P. Morgan seeks to overtake Eli Edwards' wealth. Fair to him.
Extra, extra! Our no-good police chief had this coming. Read all about it.
Did he now? What landmark should Steem buy next? Since Steem purchased the clock tower in 1891, public consensus has been nearly unanimous. London is better for it. Though Eli Edwards' company has since erected its fabulous headquarters building that gave birth to the name Steamtown, and has also created the Waterloo docks exclusively for its shipping purposes, we at The Voice posted this question. What London landmark should Steem purchase and improve next? The Tower of London is an obvious choice. So much horror and death occurred in its infamous prison. It could use Steem's positive influence to wash away the barbarism of the Middle Ages. Or perhaps St. Paul's Cathedral. As London's tallest building, nothing feels more appropriate than allowing London's tallest achiever to run the place. And who doesn't believe that Eli deserves sainthood in the first place? St. Edwards Cathedral has a lovely ring to it. Finally, Buckingham Palace itself seems like a perfect candidate. Ever since the recent quarrels in the streets, likely due to the Circus Electrique, hint hint, Queen Victoria has abandoned the place. Yet Eli Edwards stands by London in this modest challenge. He belongs there anyway. Please write in and let us know your thoughts. You're going too far now. You are absolutely going too far with these. Right, we've got 6 fights ahead of us before our final thing, and a paper boy right there, which we must remember to take advantage of. And before that, we have enough food for 5 fights. So let's hope we get some more
An angry man
food.
approaches us, spouting nonsense about the Circus Electrique being the true menaces during the maddening.
I read it in the bloody illuminated voice.
Given the lies spouted by current management, I cannot say that I blame him.
We're actually from Circus Mécanique. Oh, you actually read. And what exactly are you going to do about it?
That was the right call.
Was it really? Seeing my security rise up behind me confidently, he runs away. What a coward. We find it all amusing. I'm good with this. Okay, you talk. Interesting choice. Ow! Since when are you that fast? Jesus Christ. Contempt, 20%. Okay, we have a crowd. That makes sense.
Feels good, don't it?
What feels better is being alive, which I'm sure you're not about to be. Oh, goody.
Oh, did not hit your head?
Right. Throw more knives in the air, lady. And pray that they don't do the man thing. Goodbye. Marvelous. Ooh, and that's enough food to get us to the end. Glorious. New York Governor Theodore Roosevelt expresses interest in hunting the vicious. He wasn't like an avid hunter, wasn't he, that man? Alright, circus enthusiasts, what do you have?
To please the audience this time.
We want happiness. Lots and lots of happiness. You're the only one with it. That's concerning, actually. Hopefully? Shock. Shock value. Just avoid the negatives and we're fine. Oh, I can't actually win. I hate that. That just fucking screwed me over. Go
Remember,
fuck yourself.
we stop asking for more once we've...
We're now in the rain. Against a bunch of level 8 people. Good golly god. It's a good thing our little knife thrower does lightning and whatchamacallit damage.
Never miss.
An unfamiliar
A thing to remember is just because the character is level 8 doesn't mean the class is level 8. For example, these characters are all pretty poor. Because despite the fact they're level 8, they've only got level 2 abilities. And this one's got level 3. That determines the strength of the characters. The strength of their skills. And thus how deadly they actually are. Die. Oh, you still live. Don't do that. Stop living. That was meant to give me a bunch of bonus whatchamacallit. Lots of tools and a bunch of shillings. Nice, I can live with that. How far are we honestly away from leveling up the tent to level 8 now? Family throws birthday party for Vicious. We read that one before. Oh, I have a good knack for asking these questions. And ka-chunk! Level 8! Nice.
And here we're
gonna have to see what the new shows are tomorrow. I probably have what I need to level up to level 20. To level up the whatchamacallit here to level 8. Meaning I will unlock a new class. A class I do not have space in my building for. Unlock Juggler class. Okay. What is a Juggler, then? Hello, Juggler. Increase damage by 15% as long as Jane has any kind of buffs on themselves. Huh. Interesting. Let's see, Juggle Wall. Reflects 40% of incoming damage for 2 turns. Moves Jane forward by 1 slot. Frisbee. Attack the person in the back row. Deals a bit of damage. And 40% chance to ignore attack. That's 40% damage. That's 50% damage at most. Razor Pin. Poison attack. Deal a minuscule amount of damage with a 65% chance to deal double damage. Counter throw. Enters a stance. Any missing enemy attack against an ally is retaliated for 60% damage. Reduce enemy's precision by 30%. Moves target and herself back 2 slots. Boosts her devotion for 2 turns. Electric throw. Deal 80% of her base damage there. 3-pin throw. Deal 25% damage 3 times. If target loses all health, the attacks will target the enemy behind the fallen one. I'm not impressed with the Juggler. If I'm honest. The Juggler's numbers just seem too small. So yeah, I'll reload the game before I upgraded it. Right. Time for the next clash. You know, it's taken me a while to do it, but there is a lot of benefit to just delaying your turn.
You're going nowhere, darling.
For instance, if we're all full health, you might as well just delay the Fakir until the end, because then you might be able to get away with a double heal if you need it. Right, another combat complete. And now, ooh, I love the amount of meat you're giving me. Thank you so much. It is so desperately needed. You cannot imagine how desperately needed it is. Londoners evacuate to where it is safe. Literally any other city. Right. Let's see what the singular new thing needs, shall we? A sophisticated scientific spectacle where Dr. Maybury's electric inventions light up the stage. Okay. What do we need here? I don't think we're capable of putting on this show. It's just We don't have a juggler or a human cannonballer to do it. Shame. When's the paper boy? There we go. Make sure we max out this particular performance right before the paper boy.
What? Like you can go see the Circus Mécanique right now?
Wow, that sounded spiteful. Alright, Randy. Let's see what you have to say, shall we? It's gotta be something good.
How are things going out there, Amy?
That's a good question.
It's been so long since the maddening, yet things continue to madden.
Yes.
The city is falling apart. Pure chaos.
This is all lovely information, surely, but perhaps I should be more specific.
Probably, if you're trying to look for something specific.
How are things going out there regarding opinions on the Circus Electrique? What are people saying?
Randy.
They're speechless. I knew it.
Dear God, Randy. Alright, we're against rain, then sunniness and sunniness. Okay. Let's do this.
Doubt.
And when you're fighting in the rain, end it as quickly as possible, so you don't take too much devotion damage. Amidst all local chaos, the UK once more at war with the boroughs. Ah, glorious England. I expect no less. Ooh, a street vendor. What kind of things will you sell? Please be a lunchbox.
Let's see what he has this time.
Bag, unique. Decrease the cost of upgrade costs by 40%. That I will take. Because you can stack the bags for increased reduced cost. So now with the whatchamacallit, the unique bag and the green bag, it's now a 60% reduction. Nice. No. Die. You will die to the knives. I want my devotion. Marvelous. More food! Oh, they're giving it all to us now. All evidence points to faulty control specs causing Londoners to turn vicious. I would have never said that. I would have never expected the, you know, the Steam-controlled newspaper to say that. Now then, Paperboy, if you don't mind.
Are you feeling generous today?
Oh, most definitely. We have quite the performance set up tonight, and you will be telling everyone about it. Now, let us go to our next fight. Well, we certainly have the problem that we need everyone on full health and devotion as much as we can in order to make this happen, but if you keep rooting the person who's taunting, we can't make that happen. So, pick both of you. Why? I knew you'd do it, but why do you have to be an arse? So what kind of ground... Oh, it's a level 1 groundskeeper. Oh. Oh, you absolute prick. Die. Because you're the pest. You just made that much easier on me, because he can't even hurt him. Your defend does peck all.
Ready to feel this?
Alright, it's time to end this. Throw the knives in the air.
What goes up must come down, right?
We delay you. You attack.
Feels good, don't it?
You taunt just because. You show off still just because it means you're doing something. You then heal him. Everyone apart from you is on full health, and because I don't trust what we're going to be fighting, heal yourself. And then down come the knives. Glorious. We get a lot of money, a bunch of tools, a bunch of fame, and then, just as importantly...
What is that light at the top of the clock tower? Read all about it!
We're gonna find out in just a moment, but first... Oh, look at these numbers. So nice, so nice. Clock Tower's light symbolizes London's bright future. A Steem insider has allowed The Voice unprecedented access to its Clock Tower facility, which has been closed to the public ever since Steem purchased it in 1891. Though this insider prefers to keep some things under wraps, he does assure The Voice of one thing. Many of London's accelerated technological advances over the past decade owe their very being to the research that has been transpired in there. Many Londoners have questioned the mysterious lights that shine atop the clock tower, especially in recent months, perhaps even more so since the maddening. Some of the most futuristic technology is still being tested up there. Yes, even as Big Ben chimes, the bright lights are vague hints at what is to come of London's future, themselves symbolizing its brightness. Amazingly, Steem is apparently considering public tours in the near future, perhaps as long as the maddening persists. However, as long as the maddening persists, this is not an option for the company. Well. There we go. Very small performance, but we get 5 wires from it. Let's go. Best part? It premieres tonight, which means we'll be able to see what happens after the clock tower. Alright, Big Ben. What secrets do you hold?
There's no doubt.
I must admit, it looks
This
impressive.
is the place. It's so obvious now. It always was. Why lead me astray, Dr. Mabry? The stairs seem to never end. I give myself a moment to rest. An unsettling thought creeps into my mind.
Oh yeah? What thought?
Might Dr. Mabry know what's here? Is he in some way behind it?
If he is, I called it from near the beginning.
I force myself to concentrate on what's ahead. The stairs never end. The strange light spilling out from the clockwork room door tells me the climb was not in vain. I enter, and I can't take my eyes away from the strange, glowing cube.
What is that?
It collects rays of light from all over the city, an otherworldly sight.
Huh.
This must be the source of the maddening. I can feel it.
But...
One thing I also feel. We are not alone.
Ah! The giant mechanical scorpion. We knew it was coming, and now we can finally put an end to it. Arachnus. Right. Ow. Focus. Yeah, it might be a good time to be that. Alright, so let's take a look at each part. First, we have the claw. Claw has the ability to attack everyone and do major damage to a single person. The head can mark everyone, do a big attack that steals health, and taunt. The taunt is annoying. The little robot heals everyone for 50% of its health. And then the tailor just attacks everyone for a small poison attack, which basically has dot damage. So the claw is threatening. The head is too. The little robot probably needs to die first.
Usually blindfolded for this.
Heal.
Good counter, Annie. You're not Annie, wait, Aelin.
Oh, better, pal.
Is it immune to stunning? No. No, it's not. If I attack the claw, this thing's likely to do the heal, which will be annoying. But the claw is that much of a threat, so...
Just a little twirl.
Plus, if I crit, it would just insta-kill the claw. And it just negated everything I did.
Nothing but a fix.
Precision debuff, 25%. Well, guess what? She gets 25% for you doing that. And now I can kill the tail.
No challenge here.
That wasn't so bad.
Right.
That's pretty mediocre, honestly. It'd be entertaining if that just immediately sent it straight to the back. Honestly.
Oh, did that hit your head?
Override initiative. Oh. Ow.
None.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm just gonna make myself faster than you so you can't react to anything I do. Legitimate fuck you. I'm not having you attack Annie first. He isn't as bad. He has the health to deal with that.
Better than a bandage.
Oh, better, pal.
Right, clown, taunt. We've got a different way to do this now. You're gonna show off.
That don't even work out.
Increased damage, how much? I'm sorry, a permanent damage increase.
Right.
Yeah, let's use that popcorn cannon now that it's got the permanent damage boost. Okay. You can now delay.
Feels good, don't it?
Still taunting? Good! Defend. One-shot its claws? Well done, Bender! I guess it is just made of a little bit of, you know, metal, and that is what you bend all the time, isn't it
I
now?
heal your wounds.
Creative. Okay, get creative. Think of a creative way to take out that tail.
Most would say that hurt.
Heal Annie, and next turn you can heal yourself.
Despicable.
Well, you know what? Fine, I'll do this.
You'll see him again soon.
The tail's
Fascinating.
dying one way or another. Oh, the head's got 40 defense. I'm glad I've got Bender. I think Annie dies. Yes. Fuck you. Fuck you. I had one. Fuck you. Fuck you with that crit. Fuck you. Fuck you. That is bullcrap. I hate crit. I hate crit. Any game that uses crits is bad. I hate the concept of crit. It's just another way for RNG to screw me over. Damage reduction. Oh, that's not good. 40% damage reduction. Really now. 40%. That's what I need, 40% damage reduction. Yet according to this, you're still gonna die. Weird. Don't know what happened with that to make that happen.
Better than a bandage.
Feels good, don't it?
Bring in the popcorn.
What goes up must come down, right?
Give Annie another heal. Aelin another heal. I hate the fact you hit her for a third of her health. Per hit.
Show me real pain.
Nice. Kill the claws. Kill the tail. Your biggest sources of damage are gone.
Don't it make you smile?
Now you only have a laser beam that can only attack the clown. And guess what? The clown can survive it. Die, prick! Bender, can we kill it? Please? It's in the attack, it's in the damage range. Please murder it. God damn it. Well, now Annie has to delay. You gain that for some reason. You're an optimist. Yeah, it's one hit away. I wonder why you're optimistic about us fighting this. You know what, clown? You deserve this. Oh, it's still got over 100 health left. How? Okay, now can we kill it? Thank you. Miserable coward!
The retrometer is ready. Soon this will all be over.
Huh.
That voice, disturbingly familiar. It can't be.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we'll never catch that thing at the bottom of the Thames.
Huh.
I know where he is. My boss.
I'm guessing that's Eli.
That voice came from Big Ben. The actual bell.
It's me. Eli, help! Please! Before the top of the hour!
If you've been trapped in that bell this entire time, and it's taken us like 30 days, if not more, to get to you, how are you still able to hear?
Eli. I'm sorry, but that name doesn't ring any bells. At least, not for another 4 minutes.
Amelia, I'm sorry. He would have killed me. Amy, please.
Tell me, Mr. Edwards, what's it like working for Dr. Mabry?
Ollie?
Oh.
No.
That feebling? Surely you can't be serious. The man who runs Steem calls himself Dr. Ohm.
Huh.
You mean...
The spark! The spark! The man who lit the spark!
So the greatest hero to modern science is also its greatest villain.
Well, that's an interesting twist and a half.
I'll explain everything I know. If I'm not squashed to jelly first!
We can always just put him back if he's totally worthless.
Such a softy, Aunt Phyllis.
I love how that's being soft. Well, let's see. We got a bunch of money, not as much as the last fight, ironically. A bunch of tools, some substances, and a bit of food. A bit of food. Not much at all. Well, around the clock.
Extra! Extra! I knew it! I knew it! Imposters were running this paper! Eli Edwards to blame! Read all about it!
Eli Edwards confesses as imposters are ousted from running this paper. If every story you've read in The Voice since news of the Circus Mécanique's one-night shows postponement seemed a little overly friendly towards Steem, there's a reason for that. Eli Edwards arranged for the building to be overtaken by his own employees, who have been writing every page of the paper ever since. However, the imposters have been ousted, and the actual voice journalists and the few willing to report to work have returned to their positions. I did not succumb to the maddening, said Edwards. However, my inexcusable actions were madness of a different sort. I sincerely apologize for any damage I have caused. Moving forward, I am joining my old friend Randolph G. Masters as we devote all resources in our power to end the maddening and ensure the vicious no longer roam the streets of this great setting. Edwards has more to confess to. Much more. He will announce his further revelations in a future edition of this very paper by the actual Amelia Craig. Oh, I love that. I love that. Well. Let's see what people have to say. A new circus draft show. Clockwork Carnival. Sounds fun. Not irrelevant right now.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
The control specs have driven everyone in and around London mad. Only London was affected at all.
Huh. That much was kinda obvious.
Which means something in the area likely triggered the control specs.
Yeah.
Something like the metal scorpion?
Something like those, Uncle Randy.
My pillars of power? Like you mentioned early on.
Huh.
Just before the control specs theory took hold. I suppose I was half right. Twice.
So, Randy lit his glorified torch, and then everyone with control specs went vicious?
Everyone who could see it, and the light from those things does reach the whole damn town.
Well, that makes sense.
Precisely. And who created the pillars?
Dr. Mabry, of course. Dr. Oliver H. Mabry.
Oh! Dr. Oliver H. Mabry. O-H-M. Dr. Ohm.
O-H-M. Dr. Ohm. This whole time. Turn off all these damn pillars, Randy! Do it now!
Wait, just hold on a second there, dear friends.
You had to add the little laugh at the end there.
You see, the genius who constructed these fine pillars also fitted them with explosives. Ones only he can disarm.
Ollie, you dastard bastard.
Explain yourself, Dr. Mabry.
Yeah, I'm actually interested behind this.
How could you?
I will explain myself, Amelia, to you soon.
You're still the nervous old wreck that we know you to be.
We all want answers, now!
The short version, I had a plan. It has reached fruition.
Okay.
I have my way home.
What?
I have the retrometer. I have a jetpack. Bye.
Fair enough.
That selfish, conniving son of a...
Selfish indeed. We could have really used that jetpack in the show.
I love Randy. I just love Randy.
Do you suppose we'll hear from him again, Amelia?
Well, he did say he'd explain himself soon.
I'm very interested how this is going to turn.
Dr. Mabry left me some sort of communications device.
Okay.
Plus a personal letter. Something about him leaving to a place where our primitive brains will never find him.
Right.
Good! Let him go.
Exactly, dear Phyllis. We'll find a way to destroy the pillars safely and get things back to normal.
No, there's more to it than that. We have to stop whatever he's up to.
There's a Steem construction site near the palace. I don't know what's being built there, but he does.
Huh.
It's the best lead we have, I suppose.
I even have a map for you. Same Steem resources as Mabry at my disposal, after all.
Not so long ago, you tried to murder some of us in a jetpack. Now you want us to trust you?
It's clear Dr. Mabry had Mr. Edwards under his thumb until now. And if he betrays us, he can always go back to the bell.
I love that. Go back to the bell. Well, this is interesting, because now we can just start theorizing before we get to the end of this game. And I have a theory, because he mentioned the concept of go back home, which to me basically means that I feel he's like time or dimensional displaced. He's from a different dimension or a different time. He did something, because he's a scientist, went back in time or to this dimension. And thus, and then he got stuck. So he started doing all of what he's doing in order to basically get home. Which is interesting. Gentleman's Duel. What do I get? Nothing I really care about. Alright, well, if we take a look at the new area immediately, what do we find? Well, there's Dr. Mabry, there's a tavern, and there's a tavern, which is a bear! It's a bear! Oh god, now I'm interested what that place is going to be, considering they're so close to each other and we can only get one of them. Man, there's a few pubs around here. Jeez. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do that next time. But I'm afraid, everyone, I'm all out of time for today's episode, so it looks like, well, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.